What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Upside Down Watch, Stranger Things Season 5. We're going to be talking about Episode 2, The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. Before I say hello to the panel, please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, share out the stream while we're live. That really helps with the algorithm boost. And get your fellow Stranger Things fans in here. We're going to be talking. No spoilers past Episode 2, please. I know we're all biting at the jaw to talk about the whole volume in whole, but someone hasn't seen all of the episodes. So yes, so please no spoilers if you can. Avoid them as much as possible. And there's a poll going on in the chat. We've seen the fight with a Demogorgon, but who would win a one-on-one cage match? Karen with her wine or Ted with his golf club? So that's all the way. Sketch, how are you?
I'm good. It's been a long week for me, but I'm here now and I'm feeling good about it. And I'm ready to discuss intense plot armor of the wine bottle, liquid courage, as it is called.
Yes, I have theories. I actually have a theory I wrote on one of Critical Drinkers' posts, but we'll get to that. Rachel, how are you?
I am doing well. It's also been a long week, so I feel you, Sketch. And shirt of the week is my Scoops Ahoy. There we go. Yep, that's right. I'm not gonna flash everyone. Oceans of Flavor.
I was like, oh, where are we going with that?
Is that here yet?
Subscriber count up there.
I'm waiting.
I was just about to share the streams with our mates, and I was like, wait, hang on a second.
What's up, Rachel? Sorry,
I was going to say the last thing. I'm waiting until Dustin changes his attitude to wear my actual favorite shirt, and you'll know that one. But Dustin,
he's never going to change his attitude unless somebody dies, like King Steve. Toonie, it is like 2 a.m. How are you? Good morning.
I'm fine, but I didn't put any sugar in this tea, so we're just gonna have to live with it now.
Did you microwave it?
No, I didn't microwave it. I just put the kettle on. There you go. That's all I did. Just put the kettle on. There you go. There you go. But no, 2 o'clock or not, I am absolutely splendid. Thank you for asking.
You are a trooper. I always appreciate you on because I know it's pretty early for you. Rachel, your webcam totally went out.
It did. Well, look at that.
While you're fixing that, I'll say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, Frosted Fang? Finally here, caught up to the 4th episode this week. Won't spoil. Appreciate it. Rachel, Sketch, Rio. What's up, Rio? Happy Friday to you. I don't even want to click on this. Blue, can't help but get tired of the word woke. A pissed off mom defending her kid isn't woke. That's true. The demo's randomly getting hurt. Even nails in a bat hurt them in season 1. It's random, not woke. I have a couple theories of why that demo didn't fuck up as much as possible. And then I think that's everybody. I'm sure Alex will hop in here at some point. All right, we're going to be talking about episode 2. So this episode ramps up the stakes in the final season by shifting focus to the Wheeler family. And as Holly has become Vecna's latest target, it blends a little bit of high tension. Actually, I felt completely like this was the Poltergeist episode. So let's pull it up and we will get into it.
It looks like I just didn't charge my battery. You see, it's been a long week.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, camera off today.
Oh, well. Nadia, it's funny you mentioned Poltergeist. I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole on some of the little behind the scenes for that Netflix is putting out for each of these episodes. And the Duffers pretty much cited Hellraiser and Poltergeist for this episode very heavily.
I'm not surprised.
Yep.
Also, I think this is not the Darabont episode. That's the next one. So it opens with the attack at the Wheeler house. It kicks off from the last episode. So Karen and Ted Wheeler basically has to defend Holly, where this whole time I'm like, this Demogorgon's going to come out of the woods and tear this man apart.
The whole time I was watching, I was in live, just writing down notes like, oh yeah, he's dead here. He's going to die. And the second note I have here says, so long, Ted. Yeah, he's got to be dead.
He has to be. Both of them. Honestly, I'm enjoying this season, like I've said multiple times, but they are not, nobody's being killed off. They're not
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
actual problem with this scene. Was I don't believe that the demigod, like, because again it was the first episode, wasn't it? Well, like right near the end, where we saw the Demogorgon just completely take out like a fully trained military convoy, and you sat there like, you know, like full of like Humvees and everything like that, like it's outrunning them, and you sat there like, I don't believe that this Demogorgon is like slowly walking around. I did like this little scene that's playing in the background now, where
She sees the blood.
yeah, on the back of it, it's like, you know, your kid runs into the room saying that there's like she's being chased by a monster. You're like, you don't quite believe them straight away. I mean, you know, you'd comfort them, but you wouldn't be like, oh, there's like an actual monster in the house, and then you see them covered in blood, and you're like, wait a second, something's really really wrong.
Well, Karen has always had like a sixth sense. We've said this multiple times on different streams while we've done the rewatch, that she might not know there's a Demigorgon. She might not know about the Upside Down, but she's one of the parents that have always kind of been in tune with her kids that something's wrong, especially I think during season 2. She's also the only one to go over to Joyce's house during season 1, bring over a casserole. And remember, Holly saw a Demogorgon trying to come through the wall in season 1.
Did she?
Nope. Everybody forgot this. Everybody forgot this, huh?
Holly did?
So there's a scene where Karen and Holly go to visit Joyce, right? She's checking in on her. And Joyce, this is after Joyce has figured out lights.
Oh, yeah.
Like a bunch of lights.
Right. I think I remember that.
Yeah, Holly kind of disappears, little kid, and there's like, it's almost like if you've ever seen Frighteners, that type of, or Elm Street, where it's kind of pushing through the wall a little bit.
Yeah, because she's like a toddler or something, and she like walks off where none of the parents are, and then she's like, and then she like points at the wall or something, and then I think, isn't it? It's either Karen or no, it's Joyce that like picks her up, and then she's like, she almost tells the kid off, doesn't she? And then she almost tells Holly off because she obviously knows the danger, and then Karen's like, why don't yell at my kid? Something like that, I think, is what happens.
I believe so, but yeah. So remember, so I agree with you, Toonie. Like, I like this scene because she automatically, you know, yes, she's trying to calm her kid down. Maybe her kid had a nightmare, but as soon as she saw the blood, she's like, "Oh, something serious is happening."
Yeah. It's like, I did like that. What was I talking about just before that scene? I was like, oh yeah, it was the Demogorgon's power levels. It's like, there's no, I don't believe that the Demogorgon is doing this really slow prowl throughout the house. I mean, like, it would have worked in season 1, but with how we've seen them act and how visceral we've seen them, I just don't buy the slow creature, the slow stalker anymore. It just doesn't. But like, and then especially
almost
with,
like he wasn't trying to like hurt her, huh?
No, the kid, yeah, I get, like, because he's not trying to, but also he did like throw her into a wall, which first of all, I was like, first of all,
he threw Holly around like a rag doll when he first got her. Like, the first note I wrote down was that I appreciate that these Demigorgons do not fuck around. He was trying to get in and out as quick as he could.
Yeah,
no, not it. When you get to afterwards, I'll put the link in here. But there's a great behind the scenes talking to Holly's actress about doing like the wire work to get her feet up there, and she's talking about how like, I had to like remind myself to keep my foot up there because it's being tugged this direction. It was just this cool little fiasco they did. It was really sweet.
But it reminds me of the first episode, the opening with Will falling down the tree and hitting his back multiple times as a child. And I get kids are limber, they bounce back. But the whole time I'm looking at this, like, as somebody who's had their spine fractured, I'm like, there's no way this kid's not paralyzed. There's no way this kid's back didn't like break.
I'd have to see season 1 again just to sort of, because I mean, it's been about
it was the beginning of the episode for this season.
The
like
flashback.
the 5-minute the flashback we got where Will is in the Upside Down.
Okay,
the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that's in the without coming across like we're off to a bad start with season 5. That's season 5. It's like, okay, that's like a retcon flashback. I don't want to treat that like it's the like that was I don't want to treat that retroactively as if like that's always what happened. It's like in season 1 I don't remember the kids having any very clearly not survivable injuries. Whereas that's
Oh
what
yeah, no. This is obviously everybody has Batman-sized plot armor in this. Like but this kid getting thrown to a wall into a bookshelf. This kid should have had a broken leg, broken arm, or something.
Yeah.
How hard this Demogorgon just like whipped this kid.
Yeah, but and all that to say is just I'll try to keep this one brief because I've already kind of waffled here.
No, you're fine.
Because I know some people will say that the Karen Wheeler scene where she like stabs the Demogorgon with a broken bottle. I know some people have said that's woke. First of all, it's not. I definitely wouldn't describe it as woke, but I do take issue with that scene of, again, the Demogorgon standing there, sort of just taking a few hits before it decides to do anything about it. Especially when we've seen how quickly it's taken out all of the soldiers in season 4. Like, again, that's one Demogorgon in an entire gulag. We've seen how fast it and the military convoy in just the episode prior. I'm like, if she maybe like took one swing in the face and then got slashed, maybe, but but then when she's stood there, she gets like 3 or 4 hits in before it slashes, and I'm sat there like, it's just, I don't buy that this creature that's taken out all of these gulags and convoys is standing there and taking so many hits.
I will debunk it for you right now. This is what I debunked on Critical Drinkers video. Later on in the episode, Mike and Will are having a discussion where he alluded to the reason why the Demogorgon didn't go after Joyce. Maybe this is the next episode. Didn't go after Joyce was maybe he had some kind of control over it. Like maybe he hesitated it. And I that could be somewhat applied here, because at the end of episode 1, it's Will is obviously the ability now to see through the Demogorgon. So is he seeing Karen through the Demogorgon, and he's able to not knowingly like hold back for a few minutes, not have this thing take a swig, similar to the next, and we've all seen the next episode, similar to the next episode with Joyce.
So on the one hand, I don't remember a character mentioning Joyce.
Yep.
You definitely were talking about Joyce, not Karen.
So
okay.
When Mike, I don't know if the discussion, I think the discussion happens here or it happens the next episode, and we can go more in depth when we're back next week. But there's a dialogue scene between Will and Mike where Mike is like, maybe you can control them. Maybe that's, you have an ability, alluding to the fact that he's no longer a wizard, but he's a sorcerer in D&D Facts 2 as well. And he said, maybe the reason why the Demogorgon didn't hurt Joyce is because you were able to kind of like control it, obviously alluding to something else. And I think this might also play a factor in why the Demogorgon was kind of like hesitant with Karen. Like there's a somewhat of a hesitation, because you're right. Season 4, this thing like took out a bunch of and we see these things viciously. Like they don't think, they just act. So maybe it was Will's seeing. Am I making sense?
Let me offer a counter theory that kind of takes that in, because I think I know where I think I can understand where you're going with this. I might just want to issue a few of my own theories on it. So the season 4 one in Russia was just being trained like a feral animal. So like whatever like hive mind connection it still had at that point wasn't really kicking in anymore. Because remember, it's like I don't know if it gets into the next episode where it gets into this, where it's like the closer Will gets to like
I think that's episode 3.
The hive mind. It's this episode. Yeah.
But then so therefore the one that's in Russia is super far away from like Hawkins. So it's not even like picking
it's just
up
an
like
animal.
It's the most animalistic one that we've seen. This one that's at the Wheeler house. So because the Demogorgons are basically the foot soldiers for Vecna, they follow like his orders. Is it possible that this one's just following the orders, like just grab Holly, get out, minimal casualties?
Could be. I just like to think of it as this is just like slow starts to what eventually would happen to Will throughout this volume.
In relation to the thing about like Will possibly controlling them, when the Holly, when there's like the Wheeler house sequence was playing out, did we ever see Will's reaction to it, like as a perspective shift? Like, did it cut between this and Will at all? I don't remember it doing that.
No, the only time we get to see Will sees what this Demogorgon sees was at the end of season 1 when it's making a beeline for Holly.
Episode 1.
Yeah. And after that, it's just strictly just Demogorgon doing its thing.
I was going to say, because it would have been interesting if, like, Will was having some kind of like like his hallucination moment sort of thing, where you can see his, do you like when he's spinning around in the trees? Do you like if you could sort of see some kind of, you don't really know what's going on, but you can see him having some kind of moment while this is happening, and then when he has some kind of physical reaction, and then you see the Demogorgon hesitate, that'd be like more of a connection. And I do remember something about the sorcerer thing.
Tooney's got a good point here. If they just interspersed a couple shots of Will and his demo vision throughout this whole thing, it might have made it a little more palatable to some people.
Counter, in the next episode when it's heading towards the barn for Joyce and them, it doesn't cut back and forth. Like initially we see the same thing with the end of episode 1 where it's heading to the barn. We see that, but we see Joyce through it, and that's it. We never have like the cut to cut. So like I just, in my head, it's just that this is just alluding to Will's abilities, that maybe he can control them. Because I really honestly, there's Tooney's right. Like there's no reason he should have left the parents alive. At all.
No, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would totally break up the Scooby-Doo group, like devastate them to a point where it's like, I don't think they would be rah-rah. Like granted, also the fact that the brothers apparently cannot kill off characters.
I mean, I thought for like half the episode, I was like, yeah, both these parents are dead now, right?
Yeah.
But then they're just like,
her
oh
neck,
no.
Her neck was slashed open. I mean, her neck was completely slashed open. She should have died.
Yeah. In like what year are we in now in the show? Like 87, something like that.
89, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it 87?
87.
Oh, what a guess! I didn't even know.
Year I was born.
There you go. Happy birthday, Nadia. Literally happy birthday. Right. What was it in the middle of saying? Yeah. So I mean, did they really have the medicine to treat those kind of wounds in 1987?
Yes, they did. Like but it's the quick response. Like,
I suppose,
how far was the hospital? How far? Nancy did the right thing about trying to slow down the bleeding, keep her conscious, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's plausible. It's just that this gives the Duffer Brothers an opportunity to, maybe they're too afraid to kill off the main cast. Why not kill off one of these parents? And somehow it's a story also of Nancy and Will having to work through their grief, Nancy and Mike having to work through their grief while trying to still keep it together to find Vecna and save, the other people that they love.
Almost like what's it called? Character growth. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's so frustrating too, because like a perfect comparison, I think, could almost have been like the opening to Infinity War. The Thor losing Loki, and that basically sets the tone for the rest of that movie. It's like, yeah, we're gonna kill some people. The other two, the Duffers went very out of their way to mention that, like, for the whole series, like the Wheeler house has basically been like a safe haven, almost like nothing ever like bad happens there. And now that wall's been breached for the first time, it's supposed to signal that all bets are off. But they're just like, but then they just didn't follow through with they didn't follow through with the second punch and like actually take a character off. So
they also said don't overthink it. It's constantly in their interviews. They're like, just don't overthink this season. Don't overthink it.
I hate that mentality. I hate this. I hate that mentality out. Like overthink it. It's like, right. So that also limits the amount of enjoyment you can get out of it, because if you're not actually thinking about what you're watching, then you're not getting anything deeper than just, oh look, Demogorgon. And you're like, it's not. I mean,
well, I don't think it's about not overthinking it. I think it's just everyone's kind of coming away with this with different interpretations where the problem is.
But that's always fine, good and bad. You can't have like the good takeaways if you're shutting out the potential bad. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna like for example, when we were looking through the scene, and then I pointed out how much I did actually like the detail of Karen like realizing that something was wrong. It's like, well, obviously, like when she like sees the blood on the back of Holly's head, it's like, well, I have to be thinking about what I'm watching in order to like think about actually something specific that I liked, other than just the fact that the Demogorgon's in the scene.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, you're gonna notice bad stuff. Well, not even just necessarily bad stuff, but you're gonna have questions about stuff you don't know yet that could potentially turn out, depending on the answer, to be an unsatisfactory answer. But
I'm sure Reddit is on fire right now with the amount of theories that everybody was throwing theories after theories, and nobody's theory. There's a couple right theories, but nobody's like obscured theories are right, and I'm sure everybody's losing their shit in Reddit right now.
And no one's expecting a red wedding. Like, the red wedding was a massacre betrayal plot point. No one's we're not asking you to do a massacre betrayal. Like, but it did push the story forward, and that is what we are asking you to do with some character growth. Like, the other characters from the red wedding learned and moved, to different aspects of their life. I'm curious to see how the Duffer Brothers are going to do it at Paramount, because
it's going to be
their storytelling. Yeah, I'm interested to see what their storytelling in the future is going to be like.
Is this going to be peak and this is it, or because they've worked on this for so long? I don't know. I'd be more curious to see what Sean Levy does. But anyway, I like this scene right here where it pops out of the door. I thought that was really well done.
I like this move here. This camera cut actually cuts a really fun technique called the Texas switch. So if you play that back when they run around there and she slides into the island to the kitchen. So that's called a Texas switch. So the main actress dipped out and the stunt double ran in behind her to take that fall for her.
Oh.
So there, that's the stunt double.
That's the switch.
Yeah, so if you look carefully, so Karen's actress ran off screen for a split second there, and then her stunt double ran in behind her to do that.
Now I'm gonna have to play it. I probably can't see it over the thing we've got.
I think they also have it covered with a cut, but down they go down the stairs, right?
Yeah. Demi pops out of the door.
There's a Demi. Okay, run, boom, and then bam.
I'm going to be a bit of a dick. Because it is cool and everything. Like, they're just a bit of movie magic, but I thought it was weird. I mean, well, I didn't think it was weird in the episode because I didn't catch it. But like, looking at it now, I do think I've noticed that Karen takes like an extra second when she's right behind Holly to actually slide into the cabinet. I was like, when you explain that to me, I'm like, that's probably why she takes that extra second.
Well, if you wonder why, that's why.
Yeah, I was like, so
somebody said only a bit.
Yeah, she's like, she's right behind Holly in like a full sprint. Holly runs past. Where's Karen? The next second, she just dives into the counter.
Oh, the look on Nancy's face on this, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, that look should tell you it's like, oh, she's dead. That's the look that she can make it back, right?
Yeah.
Because remember when we did the trailer analysis, we're like, oh, somebody must have died because she's watching.
Remember when we all thought remember when we thought that this reaction of hers. Boop. Ow. Hey, stop it.
I'm gonna say it again. The Demogorgon update for this season, it looks fantastic.
So many teeth.
Yeah.
Nadia will now dub all future Demogorgons for... You know what, Nadia, it's still a better dub than Amazon got their AI to do.
That's true.
I wonder what's happening with that Sekiro AI show.
Bad things.
Yeah.
Can't be, whatever it is, it can't be good. Remember when we all thought that shot of Nancy washing the blood off her hands and sobbing, I would think was going to be for Jonathan or Steve?
Yeah. We thought somebody had died. Yeah.
Good times.
Or the other theory was Chris said we thought she had killed somebody.
That's true.
Too.
Yeah.
During our rewatch,
I did ask if we could do the the Deadpool over. I was like, can we do a redo?
Nobody
We are
does.
batting 0 right now.
Can we get a mulligan on this?
There we go. Yeah, let's just reload the checkpoint. Let's save Scum the Theories.
This
There's
is
no
a great
autosave.
shot too of the upside down closing on Nancy and Karen as she's trying to make sure that she stays awake and stuff. Also, 11 doesn't need to be that confident going in, girl. Like, I get it. You got powers, but you're going in the upside down with no like supplies. And I get it. Hopper is in there and so, but you don't know the ways like he does, like to get in and out of it. But you're so like girl boss. I don't want to say girl boss because she's earned it because she's pissed, but she's just, I'm not really seeing the 11 Hopper storyline.
I'm going to be more forgiving to her jumping into the upside down than what comes like with her and Hopper's discussion later. But I will give her a pass for just jumping in to pursue the Demogorgon because she is a very headstrong character. Stubborn. Stubborn is the way to describe her. She's been that way for like the entirety of the season. Yeah, she's been that way. She's been that way for the whole series. So this makes sense.
Yeah, so first of all, like, yeah, it is definitely an 11 decision. So if you've got like a split-second decision, the gate's closing. It's anger fuel as well, right? Like your friend has just had like her family basically murdered and her little sister stolen by a monster. She jumps through the gate without even thinking about it, and you're like, that's an 11 thing to do. There's no question about that. And in terms of the confidence, I would definitely just say that's anger fuel. You're on a warpath. You know that you're capable of killing these creatures because you did it in season 1, and you just go straight in on the hunt. No, you don't without even thinking about it. I definitely believe that as an 11 choice. I mean, I don't know if I don't want to like jump too far ahead, but I do have a couple of grievances with the Hopper and 11 like conversation they have in a few minutes. Am I jumping too far ahead there, or?
No, it'll come up in a second. Just give it a second. We'll talk about it because I have a couple issues with those scenes as well. See, here's the trailer scene.
Yeah.
Also, this was written and directed by the Duffer Brothers. This is one of the episodes done by them.
Yeah. In terms of the Hopper and 11 sort of speeches that they go through, the biggest thing that I have is like I don't feel like either characters are actually taking the situation seriously. Like it's almost like they've both forgotten that like a 12-year-old child has been kidnapped by an interdimensional beast. I'm like, I don't, because it just doesn't feel like there's actually any urgency in those interactions. It's like they're kind of bickering, and you sat there like, guys, 12-year-old has been kidnapped by an interdimensional beast, and the family has been butchered. Are we moving or what? Why are we arguing about 11 not being ready for this? And it's like, yeah, no, sure, she's not. Get it done anyway.
Put Ryder in the next Exorcist movie. Nope, Scarlett Johansson's in the next one. I don't know what Winona Ryder's going to do after this.
Probably Beetlejuice 3.
Yeah, that's true. True. Isn't that in filming now? I think
probably it should be.
I haven't seen the second one.
I mean, yeah.
Don't bother.
Really, I thought people said it was like really funny.
It's not bad, but
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought Master of the TDS, Master of the TDS said he liked it. I think, or Writing Raven, at least.
Of course, you have to understand. I'm part of the percentage of people that normally likes things I'm not supposed to like and then find out later. So
it's okay.
Please
Rachel.
forgive me, Nadia.
We've all got. Listen, Rachel, you can have Beetlejuice 2. Nadia can have Alien Romulus with me. We're all allowed one. Okay.
Nadia can have War of the Worlds.
Let me tell you, I paused this so I can tell you what's wrong with Beetlejuice 2 without giving you any spoilers to it. The problem with Beetlejuice, and I love the original. I grew up with the original. It's a classic I watch every Halloween. And the problem with 2 is they tried to do 2 storylines. Yes, 2 storylines that did not mesh well with each other to the point where if you were on the Jenna Ortega storyline, you completely forgot about what's her face that I can't remember now that
mom?
Tim Burton
the
was dating
character.
at the time.
Okay.
The new
Marina
villain.
Baccarin, or no,
Yeah.
sorry, whatever her name is.
Like
Yeah,
half the time when you're watching the story and she shows up in a scene, you're like, oh right, that's happening
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
they tried too
Okay.
hard. They either pick one of the storylines and and expand a little bit on it, and I think it would have been better. But they tried to pack too much into 2. I will never watch 2 again. It was insufferable.
I
So-
definitely had the same thought about them, because that doesn't even get into like the Willem Dafoe character.
No,
Yeah,
that's another
one.
story.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying.
other
Like there's
storyline.
like
So
there's too many.
Willem
oh, sorry, I
Dafoe
didn't
in
mean
the
to
film?
flip you off. Sorry.
No, Willem Dafoe has a whole character arc as like a C plot going on this thing too. Like there's just too many storylines going on.
So I will
Listen.
make myself like this movie if you tell me that you like Alien Romulus. I'll make myself.
Oh, I
that
like
movie.
Alien
Yeah,
Romulus.
we're Team Alien. We're Team Alien
Yeah.
Romulus over here, bro. What?
I
Listen,
I'm
Nadia is
for-
correct, but I laughed. That's the main point. Is that
I didn't laugh.
I was
Toonie, I am famous for this is the only thing I am famous for saying that I prefer Romulus over Aliens. Not because I don't think Aliens is a good movie. I think Aliens is a fantastic action movie. It's probably perfect at this point. But I like Romulus a little bit more because it matches more the aesthetic of Alien, which is more of a horror movie versus the action movie of the sequel. And to this day, Zach has never let it go because he says, I say Romulus is better than Aliens. I said, no, it's just a personal preference. That's it. So, yeah. Back to Stranger Things. Lucas stepping up his game in acting, 100%. Also, this kid needs to shave, like I guess in between takes. Saying basically Vecna doesn't hold back. So why did he keep your parents alive? What's the conspiracy here on it? Why did he take Holly to the Upside Down and not just leave her body? Like there, and he's right. Like Vecna doesn't have any feelings. Like he's just gonna kill whoever. What's up, Bobby? Can we agree Prometheus and
Covenant. Alien
I
Covenant.
almost said convent. Which, by the way, I have somebody making me an Alien Convent T-shirt for me with the logo. So
oh no.
I watched. See,
sorry.
that's the sequel to Velocipaster we need.
82 billion. Holy fuck! Where did the mail order DVD company get 82 million? Fuck. Oh yeah, Netflix.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
Yeah.
Netflix buying.
I heard about
Warner
that
Brothers.
today.
Yeah.
And if Leon watches this on relay, fuck you, Leon. Yesterday
Oh,
I go,
boy.
well, maybe now Netflix properties are going to go to Universal Parks, right? Like just with the
Yeah.
purchase. And I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. Stranger Things land. And then Leon goes like, yeah, that's what I want. A theme park takes place in Indiana. So, yes, Leon. If he killed Holly's parents, would Henry be able to erase her memory of committing that act? I think that's deeper than the Duffer Brothers wants to go, but I see where you're going with that, Frostfang.
Well, I mean, because she
Yeah.
already. Hang on. I mean, I'm like thinking of episode 3 here, and this is why I think they are actually going the Darkwood route. I think there's like Darkwood's a video game, by the way. I won't spoil the ending of it. It's like especially with the huge wall that everyone's trying to like burn through. I'm definitely seeing the Darkwood inspiration, and that's sort of where my theory comes from here. I'm not entirely sure Holly has full memory of this night when she's at the house. Not unless episode 4 like completely undoes that theory or anything, but because she's
That's right.
considering the fact that it's like, yeah, her parents were like just had the necks gouged out right in front of her, and then what's the song she's listening to? She's like making pancakes in this big house that she's never been in before, and I'm like, dancing around to this music, and I'm like, I don't think that she's actually fully aware of like the past few hours.
That's true. She's probably under some sedation, right? Like
Yeah.
she's sedated in some way.
Yeah, like mental nullification sort of thing. Like it's like, it's not all of the memories aren't quite gone, but it's more like a blur. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Toonie,
It's
as
obvious
someone
you
who
haven't
just
seen
went in,
episode 4. Sorry.
Toonie, let me put it like this: as someone who just went in to get his top 2 wisdom teeth taken out and had to be drugged and put under for that operation, there's a good chunk of that experience between when you went into the office and you get home that you just don't remember. You'll just wake up and it's like, I don't remember getting in here.
Yeah, but did you say that you you had an operation or?
Yeah, I got my top 2 wisdom teeth taken out. They put you under so they can do surgery and all
Right.
that.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like they put you under for that, right? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that the mental version of that, like Vet has
Exactly.
probably got some kind of like psychic drug.
Psychic Novocaine, exactly.
Yeah. And that's but again, not to get into too much spoilers for Darkwood, because if you haven't played it, you should. Even though I do think the reveal is a bit silly, but I do definitely see there's too much there's too much similarity between these last few episodes and Darkwood for me to not think that's exactly where they're going.
Mm.
I don't think that house is real. I don't think that area is actually this lovely, like, foresty field area. I don't think it is.
Wouldn't it be interesting if it's an interception? Like it's a dream within a dream within a dream.
Mm.
That's exactly what I think they're doing. I think that the behind that massive upside down like tree wall of flesh that they can't burn through. I think that's like a bit like behind that is like another layer of hell, and that's where Holly is, and the lovely world that of the lovely old timey house, the fields and the brilliant looking forest. I think that is actually just like a vision that's been pulled in front of her eyes to make her not want to leave.
I agree. Bill said Holly thinks Henry is protecting her from monsters. Does she remember the attack but doesn't blame Henry? Again, I think she's sedated in some way. Like she doesn't remember because she's under, she's not waking up to it in a sense. Like she needs something to maybe trigger her memory of what had happened. But thank you for your comment, Bill. What's up? I see you too, Bill Chill. Psychic Novocaine, Covacaine, Covacaine. An interception, did I hear? I don't know if that's the right. The upside down, aka the inside out, aka the timey wimey.
I like the timey wimey. That's a good
That's
one.
pretty good.
That's what I'm going with that from now on. That's better than my name for it.
People
I also like that Doctor Who got sentenced to 30 months for killing that person. So it's really good. That was the headline that was going around, was that it said Doctor Who sentenced to 30 years, and everyone started making Doctor Who jokes. So yeah.
I like this line, Karen with her wine.
Karen.
This dialogue is weird though. I don't like that she's not actually explaining to him what's going on.
Exactly.
She's just giving one-worded answers, and basically her dad's like, what are you doing? Hopper's like, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on? Karen with her wine. I got it. It's supposed to be like maybe humorous, right? Break the tension in the scene, but I don't think it works very well.
It feels out of character for where 11 is at this point. Just
and also,
I feel like we should be beyond just like the one-word answers from 11 at this point.
Yeah, and also, are they trying to be meta with the meme? Like, oh, whenever we see Karen, she's got like a wine glass or something like that. Are they trying to do like the Cersei wine glass thing?
Yes. Yeah. Because apparently Karen went into a depression because of Billy, and nobody noticed, and she's been wondering where Billy is. It's just some clips from the interview with the actress, and I'm like, okay, lady, listen, you're going after a high schooler. Calm down. There. So we're back at the radio station that's lost power. Joyce, Robin, and Will. Joyce is being way overprotective of Will. We're realizing that he's being connected to the hive mind. Robin kind of figures it out that maybe he's in a sense an antenna, and we definitely now know, it's confirmed, who is the favorite son. It's definitely Will, because she was okay with Jonathan going out there, but is not okay with Will leaving her side. So,
question: how old is Will now? Like this
16?
Like,
I think they're all like around 16. Yeah.
Okay, and then how old was Jonathan in season 1?
Jonathan was I think a high school senior, so either 17, 18, right around there.
Right, all right. So I was gonna say, I mean, now we can definitely say that Will is the favorite son, because she definitely didn't give a shit about Jonathan in this first season. I mean, she did, but I mean, I don't think she definitely wasn't as overprotective of him.
Maybe that's why Jonathan will go.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that'll be. Maybe they're just setting it up like Joyce will be devastated, but not that devastated.
That would be one hell of a piece of dialogue, wouldn't it? Like like it's like no, Jonathan, I loved you, but love Will more.
So Robin does step in to do a distraction because they don't agree with Joyce's basically helicopter mom safety plan that they have going on. And we're dropping Back to the Future references in this episode as well with the flux capacitor.
It's always a Back to the Future reference in this show. One per season, always showing up.
In season 3, it was Back to the Future. Literally.
So would Nancy and Jonathan still be in high school in season 2? No, they were they still, or maybe they were juniors, because I think season 2, Nancy was helping Steve with his college application, right?
Yep.
I believe.
Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they were seniors in season 2. So yeah, no, Jonathan was a junior then. So that's around his, what Will's age is right now, like 15, 16. Well, look at you, Bobby. Smarty pants.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. It's like the closer to Hawkins, the stronger the connection to the hive mind gets.
Mm.
So this is why you could make the argument that like the Russian base Demogorgon was just more like feral animal than anything else.
To debunk that, though, they had mind flare particles at the Russian base, though.
Mm.
And remember, the mind flare particles got released back into the Demogorgons and Demodogs, and the Hopper and Joyce decided that if they can take those out, it will damage Vecna because it's all a hive mind, and help the kids in some way overcome, what's going on in Hawkins too. So that was connected to the hive mind. But I think, and wasn't there like a upside down port? No, there wasn't.
No, they never show us a Russia gate.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah, there's a touching moment here, but Joyce is definitely a helicopter mom.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you're fighting an interdimensional like wizard demon that's bringing about the end of the world, I think she has got a bit of justification.
Also, I wanted to bring up earlier with in the hospital scene where Nancy was like, we should have told her parents like what is going on. And I'm like, yeah, why didn't you guys inform your parents? Like, I get it, you're gonna sound crazy, but you have Joyce, you have Hopper, you have adults that would also like back up your story as well.
Yeah.
So why not fill them in?
Yeah. So first of all, you would have like Hopper. No one's gonna like discredit Hopper at this point, are they? Like, he was the sheriff, right? Like, he's not. No one's gonna think he's crazy. And if they tried to sell us on the idea that everyone still thinks he's crazy, I wouldn't believe them. Now, anything before season 4, I would have like believed them. Like, this is they haven't brought the parents in on the upside down stuff because it's like, what, you saw a shadow in the forest one time? No one's really going to believe that the kids are running around fighting monsters. It's just going to be some D&D thing. But after season 4, when the world basically split open and hell came to Earth, yeah, they're believing it. there's no, it's like this demon did a ritual and then hell split open on Earth. You're like, it's much easier to get the parents involved after that, because they could literally see this red dimension pouring through on Earth. You're like, it's a bit hard to sort of brush it off as a D&D campaign from some crazy kids after season 4.
And especially Karen, maybe not Ted. I get it. Ted might not believe, but again, Karen's always had this sixth sense of her kids. She's always believed them in some way, has always been in tune with them. So wouldn't she be able to? She would probably be the one to understand what's going on, especially like you said, Toonie, from season 4. So it's very weird. Intercept is a word within a world. Nadia, 2025. Whatever. Inception.
Oh,
is
boy.
it Inception?
Well, it's Inception.
Yes.
Thank you. It's the movie Inception. Fuck you, Blue.
Listen, not to mention though, Mike and Eleven have been dating for how long since season 3? Did Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler never ask who their son is dating?
And especially since Joyce and Will and Jonathan all live with the Wheelers in this season, too.
Yeah.
As well.
Hmm.
So, like, yeah. I think it's just a poor communication choice in the Duffer Brothers writing, so that they can like have Karen can have her moment from earlier on in this episode. But back to this, we've got Steve and Jonathan who are measuring each other's dicks about Nancy, and Jonathan doesn't want to bring Nancy flowers, he's trying to convey to Steve, like, stop peeing on my territory, like stop marking my territory, like, dude, she's my girlfriend. And Steve's like, dude, she's my friend, I want to help my friend. I don't really believe Steve. There's something going on between the two of them.
I didn't like
looks and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like his argument between Jonathan and Steve. It's like, right, yeah, the family was just butchered and they had clinging on to life. Yeah, I'm gonna go I don't care that you're dating her. I'm gonna go and like represent my friend and make sure she's all right. Can we stop the dick measuring for like 10 minutes and just like take care of somebody we both care about while they're like grieving their dying family? I don't like this pissing contest they've got going on after what's just happened. It's just one of those. It's a mark on both of their characters, and it's a tone shift that I just didn't like. It's like the argument with Hopper and Nadia with her interceptions, Rachel with her incubation tube.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Judy.
No, you're okay. It's the same thing with the.
I will say, I give it to Jonathan. He's got a little bit of balls now, right? He's standing up to Steve. He's basically like telling him back off. But Steve is basically saying, hey, I'm worried about my friend, and finishes it off with, the person more miserable in that relationship is Nancy than you. And I just don't like Jonathan. This pothead kind of like, being a pothead is not a personality. It's not a personality trait. And that's what Jonathan is. Again, the only thing I can say is he's a good brother. He's a very good older brother. That's about it.
I hate seeing him get a one-up on Steve like that. But it's like the worst person just made an excellent point.
Which I think he's going to go. He's got to go.
He's got to go, yeah.
My good friend. My friend who's been giving me bedroom eyes. Nancy the harlot.
Yeah, but only behind my back when she thinks I'm not looking.
Yes.
Yep.
But I totally am.
But I don't like this little love triangle story.
It's been going on too long. It was, the whole like shirtless scenes with Steve in this season 4 were funny, but I mean the love triangle thing should have stopped after like maybe seasons. Just stopped after like season 1, really, to be perfectly honest. Maybe
just stop with all the fighting around Steve. There's Steve and Dustin. There's Steve and Jonathan, and it's just like, you guys just stop. It's too much.
Can Steve actually have a friend that he doesn't fight with like every episode?
Robin.
Robin's like his best friend at this point.
I think it would have been better off starting this season with the fact, because it's been 18 months, start off with Jonathan and Nancy have broken up, right? Because they allude to in the last season that Jonathan never told her that he was thinking about he didn't want to go to the same college as her, and her with her little bedroom eyes to Steve. It would make more sense that maybe they broke up during those 18 months, but they're still working together because of the united front on this. And that would make it an interesting dynamic, I think.
They should have just had them break up in season 4 at that point, honestly. It's like they're halfway across the country from one another. It's like, well, the connection, the long-distance relationship just wasn't a thing like it is now.
One of my friends mentioned, Andy from Hold My DualShock said, why not just have had Jonathan like go away, like people go away to college, go and just never came back as a character for maybe after season 2 he just went off to college to pursue like a photography career and he just never came back, just to kind of lighten the load of the main cast, because I think season 4 did it well because they're split up. I think you're starting to feel it very bloated in this season. Again, am enjoying what I'm watching, but I think I like season 4 so far more than volume 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Dustin shows up, beaten to hell. And then we get back to the Upside Down, and this is Hopper and 11 having their little heart-to-hearts down in the deep, in the Upside Down. Hopper, first of all, Hopper hiding the fact that he's injured, which causes which affects 11's survival rate in the Upside Down. So why wouldn't you tell her you're injured, dude? Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not a good survival decision on Hopper's part. I mean, I get what they're going for, that he doesn't want to tell her because he doesn't want her to worry. But I mean, she's walking ahead of you, and you're like, why are you walking so slow? You're like, because I've been shot. It's like, I mean, in the Upside Down with all these particles around it, it's just you can't, because that thing is going to get all types of infected in the Upside Down of all places. And it's, I mean, is this going to be like the irreversible damage that's done to Hopper, where he dies from this wound? Do you reckon? It's like it's infected. It's like that. It's like that wound is.
He's get a staph infection.
This is going to be his Dark Souls moment where he dies from poisoning over time.
Yeah.
No, it's just going to be the second time they fake us out with it with Minecrafting him on the show.
Yeah, I suppose.
What's up, Peepers? I see you.
Lightning. But yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, this is like the kind of thing that you would have pulled off in like season 3 or something. Like he hides a minor injury from her or something. But season 5, when he's trying to berate her from her like poor decisions, and then he's hiding a really significant injury on them while they're on a hunt for, again, a 12-year-old kidnapped child from an interdimensional beast. You're like, look, just get it over with.
Yeah. Frostfang said, I think it's because Hopper's a trooper and he's toughing stuff out. I mean, the do suffer through intense interrogation in the Russian prison. True. And I do like the comeback to badass Hopper versus butt of the joke Hopper.
Yeah.
I don't like the dialogue exchange with him and Elle in the Upside Down. I don't know. It just doesn't hit home for me.
Yeah, it's too bickery for me, like I said before. Like it just doesn't. I don't feel like there's any urgency in the situation. And in relation to the thing where he's a soldier and he toughens stuff out, I get the feeling that when you've got that kind of bullet wound in the Upside Down, you don't toughen it out. You deal with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't put on this like macho performance where you pretend you're not injured. You've got to fix the injury and then keep moving, because that's how you get killed. It's like I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
And here we go with Lucas. Lucas with Max on it. Did this series need to have a Wesley Snipes in it, or would it have been better? What did this series need to have Wesley Snipes in it, or would it have been better with it? What? I don't know what you.
I think he's saying we need to replace running up that hill with trying to ice skate uphill. Is what I think he's saying.
Yeah.
I agree.
Wait, I think I have that.
Maybe that's why Max hasn't woken up yet, because he's playing the wrong song.
This is going to be weird.
Snipes. There's no Wesley Snipes in this.
We need a Weird Al Yankovic cover pronto to get Max out of there.
Yeah, I will say, I'm not getting sick of listening to Running Up the.
Me neither.
Yeah.
It's still on my rotation.
I was gonna say, what do you mean you're getting sick of it? It showed up like maybe 3 times in the last season. Now it's bad because yes, it is literally Max's song.
Yeah, and it's
By the way, that was a great transition shot from the monitor to the coffee. I thought that was very well done.
Yeah,
yeah,
I appreciate that.
And also, they didn't. It's not like they played the whole song, is it? They only played like the main bit for a few, like what? I don't remember how long. Like what? 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like it's kind of hard to get like tired of like a 15-second snippet once or twice.
Oh no, I listened to the Stranger Things playlist on Spotify quite a bit.
Yeah.
Give it a few more years, Lucas could play Blade. He said he wants to play Miles Morales.
I could see that happening first.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I could see that happening too. Yeah. Okay.
I would like to see him play Static Shock, actually.
I thought Mike was supposed to take more of a leadership role in this season. I don't feel like he has been.
I agree.
He's getting there. He gets his big moment for that starts coming a bit later.
Yeah, in this last episode of this volume, but and I like that a lot of people reference back to what he does with that episode, Lucas, as well, as that when in the first 3 seasons it's Steve protecting these kids, and now these kids are protecting other people. It's like they're learning. It was a very touching. I'm like, oh, learn from your babysitter. I don't know if anybody can hear my cat meowing in the back. She's got dementia, so she's just.
I heard her.
I don't know where she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
She won't come in here though.
And it's this kind of stuff. It's like this scene here where they're talking about Mr. Watts. Like, what if he's not actually an imaginary friend? What if he's real? Again, we've kind of gone over this. I don't remember when we did go over this. Did we go over this in season 1? In episode 1 even? It's like, it would have been better if we didn't see that he if we didn't see Holly literally talking to thin air. You know, like
yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like that's they've played they've highlighted the mystery too soon. It's like, because then you already know that there's a mystery there to solve. Whereas if you didn't already see that he wasn't that she was talking to thin air, then you wouldn't have actually thought that it was anything bad in the first place. It's just a kid with an imaginary friend. No, you wouldn't. Yeah, well, you might have thought that she just had an imaginary friend, or you might have just thought that she was actually just talking to some random passerby in the street or something like that, or like you wouldn't have actually thought it was anything like too suspicious, and then
like she's crazy or something.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like when you literally see her having like a full conversation with thin air, you sat there like we know exactly who this is going to be. Who's the one character who can do who's one character who can do hallucinations in this besides maybe Elle, and it's not going to be Elle. So
they like to reveal things too soon, too fast, and I know they're trying to fit a lot into this episode and a lot into this season, but it brings me back to the fact that in season 3 they kill off Hopper, but then we get the after credits scene about him in a Russian prison. So like they shoot their load a little too fast. They should. I agree with you. They should have had it where it's an imaginary friend. We don't really see it. People just think she's like not. It would be better in that scene if it was just cut that she was coming back around the corner and the teacher was like, "What were you doing?" kind of deal, instead of the teacher watching her talk into thin air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, was it really going to be? Was anyone aside from Nadia doubting who that actually was? Exactly. Yeah, I told. Yep. Like I said, was there any doubt for anyone aside from Nadia who that imaginary friend really was?
Eddie. I don't like Dustin's attitude at all throughout this.
I'm not a fan of pissy Dustin.
Yeah,
Nope.
It's like the pissiest Dustin we've had so far, and it is really wearing thin. We're really wearing thin.
Yep.
It's like, okay, the guy went out of his way to piss off a series of jocks, got his ass kicked, got someone's grave desecrated, and then the first thing that he does when he gets back to his friends is start trying to piss them off as well, and you start there like, why? I get the idea that
why not in this scene tell Steve exactly what happened. Like why remove that. I don't like this.
And he knows.
Like oh yeah,
Steve knows, right? Yeah, Steve knew.
100%.
Yeah, as because it's one of those things. It's like in situations like this, it doesn't matter if they know. It matters if you tell them. It's that level of like trust and honesty. It's like Steve knows that he's not actually just tripped and fallen into a door. It's like he's beaten people up before. He's been beaten up before. He knows what being beaten up looks like. So it seemed like manufactured tension. Yeah, it's like, and I know all tension is manufactured because writing, but it's again one of those things you're not supposed to be thinking that when you're watching it.
Can anybody hear Chris laughing at all? No,
we heard your cat earlier, but
he's crackling downstairs. Right?
Oh, really?
At something I don't know. Also, this scene sets up where I think Steve will die. Maybe not, but it sets
He's
it up
definitely gonna
where
die.
like they're not going to talk to each other. But then we also there's a cut from the trailer where Steve is hugging him so tightly, which by the way, hugging him tightly, it looks like in the right side up, just based off the cinematography and the camera work and the colors for it. So not in the upside down. So I don't know what had happened, but I feel like this sets it up.
It'll be like the final battle, or like before they go for the final showdown, and then that's where Steve will die.
Yeah.
I don't believe they're gonna give him his dream ending. I don't believe it.
I like that they call her Dungeon Master on this, even though Duffer Brothers revealed that they didn't never play D&D. They played Magic the Gathering. But that makes sense that they didn't play D&D now, because Sketch, you've played D&D. It makes sense that the D&D references throughout this are very watered down and very just like not
it's
really
like they're close, but they could be better.
Yes. So it makes sense now if they never played it or had a passion for it, why the references for it are how they are in here. And here we go with the flux capacitor reference. I do like Robin and Will's, maybe because the actors have good chemistry, but I do like these two teamed up. And I understand why they teamed him up. Obviously, because Will is, suffering internally with himself about him being gay. He hasn't come out of the closet yet, and Robin has, so he kind of sees her as maybe somebody that can help him understand what's going on within and stuff like that. I get it, but I actually like the dynamic between the two of them. And again, it could be the fact that it's the way they act together. I think he's a little bit more grounded than she is. Like, she's obviously cuckoo. Like, Robin to me is just off the radar sometimes, and I feel like Will kind of calms the interaction between the two of them.
Robin's like the poster child for Ritalin in the 80s. Like,
yes,
smack dab.
And then we get Linda Hamilton, which we get a little bit more each episode, realizing that it's no longer Lieutenant Sullivan that's in charge. It's really Linda Hamilton, Dr. K's character. But I will say, and I wonder for those of you who have finished the volume, sorry, Toonie, it doesn't come off that she, in a sense, wants to hurt Eleven, or doesn't, like, she doesn't come across a villain, right?
Correct.
It's weird. Like, she's supposed to be a villain. Like, they set it up in a sense, but just eventually when there's an interaction, it just doesn't come across like that.
I agree.
Show
without talking too much.
Yeah.
And the show, he's
Am I back now?
He's been gay since season 1. I don't know why
Who's gay?
I'm so surprised about it. He's been gay since season 1. And, like, you know what? This is a perfectly written gay character in a sense. I don't like it when even straightness, sexuality is like the biggest point of somebody's personality trait, right? It shouldn't be a personality trait. Like, you're there's more to you than just your sexuality, and it was never like the forefront throughout each of the seasons. It's not really I understand he's dealing with internal issues in this season, and it also alludes the fact that he's still connected to Vecna and the Mind Flayer, and there's a lot of like overlap. But it's sprinkled throughout each season, but it's not like pushed in your face. And I think this is really well written. And Robin too. Her big reveal in season 3 of her being gay, I think was well written too.
Well, that's the thing with Robin. I mean, at least because I mean, like with Will, they've been like trying to set it up and like tease it for a few seasons now, and you sat there like, I mean, it's kind of running its course. Whereas with Robin, it's like, okay, you had the reveal about halfway through season 3. Then in season 4, it was sort of like she was deciding whether or not to actually chase her crush, and then in season 5, she's done it. Like she's there. It's done. It's that's the end of that as an actual like character plot line, if that makes any sense. I mean, you get there's no. It didn't the whole like what's she gonna do about coming out? Is anybody gonna find out? And that kind of stuff. They didn't really. It hasn't overstayed its welcome with with Robin, whereas with Will, it's like I feel like every season now has had like more and more like implicit references to the fact that he's gay, and he's like he doesn't fit in, he's the odd one out, and he's like like get on with it.
Well, Will gets the special privilege of being able to be hidden behind while he's the only one with the connection to Upside Down. So when they say special, they're being like wink, wink, nudge, nudge about it and coy.
Yeah, but it's like you get to see
thing. Like, you can only pull that card so many times before it gets a little repetitive.
Yeah,
it is also the 80s, and people forget like gay people weren't out in the open as they are nowadays. In the 80s, it was very hush-hush, hidden, like you were ostracized in the community and stuff. Like it's not as accepting as it is now. So I think a lot of people compare it. I don't think Robin was forced being a lesbian. I understand maybe where the Duffer Brothers were coming from, because what would make her different than any other female character put into Steve's world, and maybe making her a lesbian and allowing her to be looked at as not a love interest allows that friendship to blossom more. Maybe, I actually prefer Robin as a friend versus a love interest for Steve, because I don't think Steve actually has any true friends. Like obviously he has the kids and stuff, but I'm talking about a friend his own age.
Yeah.
I like that dynamic between the two of them.
Not to mention making her gay means you keep all the shippers away from trying to put her and Steve together. You tell the Tumblrites you can't ship these together, and they will obey those rules.
Yeah, but the plenty of people will not. When shippers want to ship, they will do it.
Well, at least you cut certain shipments.
Yeah, I mean, how many times?
Out.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you get like declaratively straight characters that everyone's like trying to ship as gay? I mean, all the time.
Mike and Will are biggest ship for the.
Yeah.
Well, until I see two homies kissing on camera, it ain't real.
Do you want? Because I've seen an AI video of a scene in one of these episodes that
we do not respect AI in this house. Full Guillermo del Toro style. Fuck them.
Yeah. Look, there's only one AI that I actually kind of like, and that's actually technically it's two. Is Edie and Legion. Those are it. Those are Mass Effect characters.
Somebody showed me AI videos of Pokemon being eaten.
Yeah,
I hate
those.
That one. I saw it for 2 seconds. I'm like, I've seen enough. Nope, don't want it.
Because this is the week that I realized that in Pokemon they eat Pokemon. It never occurred to me that the food that they eat in Pokemon are actual Pokemon. Because I asked my husband, I said, do they have like pets, like dogs, cats, or even like fucking horses? And he's like, no, Pokemon. But I'll give you a second to see if you realize something. And I go, holy shit, they eat Pokemon.
Nadia, there's a whole little mini mission you got to do in the second game where Team Rocket is selling Slowpoke tails, which are like a big delicacy, and they're selling for like an insane price.
And you can even be a vegetarian because there's plant type Pokemon. I think people feel exhausted by force. I LGBT. I understand that, but I think we also have to highlight when characters are written well for it, and I think Will and Robin.
Yeah, and I still wouldn't call either Robin or Will forced gay characters, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Again, I don't think it's their primary personality, which I like. It's just it just plays another level to their storyline within. And again, this is the 80s as well. I feel like people just throw around woke and all this stuff and not realizing that some of these shows take place in a different timeline. Like similar to Welcome to Derry, where we're talking about civil rights and stuff. Yes, because during that time in the United States, that racism was pivotal. Like it was huge.
It's an acceptable plot point.
Yeah.
It's not forced or anything.
But I understand most of the time with modern storytelling and modern stuff, a lot of things are forced upon people instead of just focusing on actual good character depth and storylines. So, oh yeah, this is where she asked about the flux capacitor. Is your receiver in any way connected to the flux capacitor? Which, by the way, Dustin and Jonathan both turn, and I'm like, eyes on the road, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But I feel like it's sort of like an involuntary reaction sometimes, isn't it? It's like, wait, what did I just hear?
I think the problem with Will is because he kind of
Joyce really got hit with the "is your refrigerator still running?"
Yeah.
By the way, they've always thrown in that he's gay since season 1. Will has always been gay. It's always alluded. There's always been little little breadcrumbs throughout it. In season 1, there's a flashback scene between him and Jonathan, where Jonathan basically tells him like it's okay that you're different, that maybe you're not into sports, maybe you're not into manly boy stuff. It's okay, and then plays music that he thought like would be more around what Will was interested, but it's always been alluded to that Will is gay.
I was gonna say, I mean, in terms of the season 1 stuff, you could really pull that in any direction. That's why people don't really count it as an actual part of the gay plot line, because I mean, it could mean anything. Whereas in like season, I'd say about I don't remember what the references would have been in season 2, but season 3 onwards, it's like there's very clear what they're talking about. It's
either season 2 or season 3 where him and Mike have a confrontation where Will
it's not
wants
my
to
fault
play
you're into girls or something like
into
that.
girls. Yeah,
Something
wants
like
to
that.
play.
That was season 3, yeah.
So, yeah.
And they have the whole falling out after they try to do a D&D game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's
at that point, why would everyone have just been happier if they just gave Will like a boyfriend for a season and had him get killed off by the mind flayer or something? Would that have made everyone happier?
I don't think so. And again, I think this works out because this kid still hasn't come with terms with the fact that he's gay. He hasn't come out of the closet, and it fits in line with the 80s too. On top of it too, with the I get it. It's a fantasy show, but
I mean, like, would that have made everyone
general public?
Would everyone who's complaining about it now or something along those, if they just given him a boyfriend for like a season, would that have made everyone
not
as happy about it?
No, they would have problems with it, I think.
Yep,
so that means they're in a lose-lose situation no matter what they do. So
yeah.
Frostbang, you have to also look at it. It's an 80s storyline. So like 80s, what's manly in the 80s? Football,
Billy,
sports, Billy. So like that's how to write it within this world, right? And that if you're maybe into the arts or something, you're a little bit more feminine, right? And then it alludes to the fact maybe you're gay, but I understand where you're coming from on it. But yeah, I don't know, Sketch. I think it actually would probably have turned people off from the character. Everybody gonna find a problem. Everybody gonna find a problem with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people are so focused on the sexuality. I get it. It's Will coming to the terms that Mike, he's got a crush on Mike. I think that was a bad ploy. I think expanding on that in season 4 and that he's got a crush on Mike, that I think was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, because again, it's just one of those things. It's like if Will does nothing with that, it's a whole wasted plot line. But then also, if they end up getting together, it's gonna be fucking hell.
We're gonna need the Harry Potter style epilogue at the end where Will just has a whole new character who's his husband, just to put this whole thing to rest. Like, look, he's still gay. He's gay,
and he looks like Mike.
Character.
Oh,
sure. That's the only way we're going to get everyone to shut up about it.
I think anyone who hasn't paid attention since season 1 about the clues that has been dropping didn't watch the show. I don't understand how anyone could.
You do have that scene, like, when he's like first reported missing, and then Joyce is speaking to Hopper. Like, it was kind of like more played off as a joke. It's a very thin reference because you could always just infer that Lonnie, the dad, was just an abusive dad, and called him all sorts of stuff just for being like not fitting in with it, like most other kids. But there is that the closest thing that you get to a reference of that is when. The F bomb that isn't fuck. Because I'm not trying to get Nadia's stream taken down. It's Joyce is saying to Hopper in the interview Lonnie used to say he was weird, used to call him a, and then Hopper just goes, is he? And then she goes, he's missing.
So I forgot about that too.
Yeah, it just feels so long ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was like 10 years ago.
This is cute. They play siblings very well.
I agree. They've worked up a very good sibling chemistry over the years, these two.
Yep.
Apparently, it was reported that Finn is the one that tries to keep the group chat of all of them that they have together going. Like he's always trying to plan events and stuff with it. I'm like,
Aw.
that's cute.
Aww.
That's cute. I mean, they've worked together for 10 years, and they were started off like so little.
Yeah.
True.
Oh yeah.
I really like their door shots, man. In this episode, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
This is like the 5th one.
The all I'll say though is like with Mike doing his limp, is it me or does he look like he should be in the psychiatric ward? Is that like it's sort of just like the way he's playing that the act? It kind of just makes me think of like that's the kind of character he is.
Also, can I also ask in episode 1, because we're back now here with Karen, and Karen's about to tell them who Mr. What's It looks who took Holly, right? The scene where Mike is sitting on the bench with Holly, and Holly's explaining, oh, she's got in trouble because they think she was talking to Mr. What. Why didn't he ask her, what does he look like? What is his name? Like, who he is and stuff? I know.
Just
Rachel
gaslit the kid.
Yes.
There's no such thing as monsters.
Monsters.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That was a wake-up call that evening.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is with the whole thing with Mike and Holly and that the gaslighting, as Nadia put it. I mean, it's like because it's like it is a lie because he knows it's not true. But I mean, I was like, how do you tell your 12-year-old that interdimensional beasts might be coming to kill her? I'm like, how do you tell your 12-year-old
that though? It's more so like, weird shit is happening in Hawkins. Why don't you investigate further on who Mr. What's It is? You don't have to tell her she's a monster, but weird stuff has happened here. So why don't you ask a little bit more, like probe a little bit more? Why does it have to be that you have to go to Karen? Obviously, mom's gonna ask, like, what does he look like? Who is he? To play up her kid, make her feel comfortable with it. But yeah, the big reveal here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just like, I'm so frustrated with that scene last.
Yeah.
Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, especially for a kid like Mike who plays D&D, who should have that imaginative part of his brain firing off here. You would think he'd be curious, like who this character, his little sister, has just come up with is.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like the reveals coming up in a minute, like who Mr. Watts is, and I was like, it was only gonna be one guy, like
Eddie.
Billy.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Max.
Dude, I saw a photo somebody AI'd. It was Steve in the van in the upside down. Next to him was Eddie, and the back was Billy.
Aw, what about Bob?
Well, Bob got torn apart in the right side up, so I don't see Bob surviving that.
Okay.
Well, Dr. Brenner did. Is Dr. Brenner coming back? What's going on?
Didn't Billy get torn apart in the right side up?
Yeah.
The mind flayer. Yeah.
Didn't Karen get torn apart 45 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So did Ted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the scene is like, oh, Dad's okay. Mom, how are you doing? How's everything? Just like bypasses Ted.
Well, the dad's supposed to still be in a coma at that point, right?
Wasn't
but
the
not
mom
checking.
supposed to still be?
Yeah, I think there's a body right behind them in another bed. So if that's Ted, why aren't you checking on your dad? Too?
We know why.
Poor Ted. Okay, he wears a vest, and I was like, Eddie wears
that is
a
not.
vest.
Yeah, that does not narrow it down.
I was about to say no.
Eddie wears a jean vest.
Does he have a pocket watch though?
Maybe, we don't know.
Yeah, and then here's where they have the conversation about how they're doing the Harry Potter thing where he can see into Voldemort's mind. Sorry, Vecna's mind. It's like, you can see the. I mean, Harry Potter didn't see into the eyes of the victims; that he saw in the eyes into like the snake Nagini, which is weird that he hasn't. No, he does see through the eyes of the Demogorgons sometimes, doesn't he?
Yep.
He did in episode 1.
Would this reveal be better off if it was a little bit later in the volume? I feel like this is too soon.
maybe like an episode or like maybe two at the stretch later, but like, it doesn't need to be drawn out for too long.
I give it one episode anymore, and you're going to start running into the problem with dragging like we had in the first or in the second season.
But with like
Yeah.
the last episode of this volume, would it have been better off that it's alluded that somebody is like doing this, you know, in the next episode, taking kids and stuff like that. We don't actually know who it is. We just kind of see background shots and stuff. And then in the last episode, it's revealed in the beginning of it, kind of like a double like hit. I'm trying not to spoil it because Toonie has not seen the last episode.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
That is your homework, Toonie, this weekend.
I've seen bits of episode 4s, like you know, so I know who shows up in episode 4. But I was gonna say in terms of Eddie,
Oh my God.
no, I haven't seen that yet. No. But yeah, I mean, I could always watch it later this morning. Like I've got an option. I could either go straight to bed after the stream, or I could not, and then just watch the episode.
It's like
Rest.
over an hour long, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, just rest.
It's like 90 minutes. Just rest. You got time for it. Listen, let me put it like this. Even if they made this like a more prolonged mystery, it wouldn't be a mystery because everyone knows immediately right off the rip who the mystery character is. There really is no mystery, no matter how hard you tried to hide it.
Yeah.
I don't even think they did try hard to hide it, to be perfectly honest.
No.
No.
It was like it could have tried, but they didn't.
I don't know how
Listen,
you would hide it.
Don't
It's like, 'cause
overthink this season.
Don't overthink it. Like, who else is it going to be?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why I mean they shouldn't have like given the game away straight away that he wasn't real. Because I mean, like, or that it was even like no, it was even like a suspicious character in the first place. If it was just like if he was an imaginary friend, let's say he was an imaginary friend, like we find out a little bit later that he's an imaginary friend, and we find out that he's not like this human in this 1800s style or no early 1900s style clothing. Like he actually looks a little bit more normal. Then you wouldn't really think much of it. But then again, the fact that, you know, she's talking to thin air and the person that she's talking to is wearing this type of clothing, you're like, who do we know who would wear this type of clothing and it has the power of mental manipulation? It's Henry Vettner. You're like, so who's it going to be?
Also, I implore you guys to go look about the play.
I have.
Go, okay, because
That's the first thing I'm doing after this is watching that 45-minute video you sent.
That play definitely leads into probably volume 2 of this.
Mhm.
And I like the fact that you necessarily don't have to go see the play because they're probably going to, in a sense, explain it a little bit more so in volume 2 of what's going on. But if you know the play, there, especially with the next episode, you kind of figure out things like what's going on. And I like that it's canon, like it's connected to it too, of it. But it's very interesting. It actually makes Vecna come off very sympathetic. Like I actually feel for him.
I'll get into that a little
After knowing
bit.
what the play.
I'll get into it in future times, but yeah, I have some opinions on there too.
I think we should discuss the play tie-in probably after the end of volume 2, before the finale,
okay.
because I would
Okay.
assume volume 2 is going to reveal the connection that you kind of get, the storyline that you get from the play in volume 2, and then obviously the finale leads to the big bad battle, right? So I think let it play till volume 2, and then I think when we are at the end of volume 2 with the last episode, we'll tie in the play
Okay.
to it.
Sounds good.
But yeah. All right, guys. Short
Yeah.
episode. I think it's
Done
the
it.
shortest episode of the volume. Sketch, final thoughts on it?
I mean, say not to overthink it, but here I am. We all are coming up with different explanations and rationales for it. You know, just thinking back to the Deadpool, I think we did expect a little bit more to be going on by this point. To be honest, I expected the stakes to be a lot higher. I don't know if that's because season 4 set them so high with its first couple episodes, and now that's just like what I'm expecting to happen. But yeah, it's falling. It fell just a little bit shy of where I expected it to be. With like the Duffers, like how sophisticated their writing has become now, especially like with the whole group kind of focusing on one goal, and you don't have it like split up into different like mysteries that are all working independent of one another anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I think this volume, it's not bad, but I will say I'm disappointed. I feel like, this is your last season. Take the big swings. Like you
Yeah.
did really well with season 4, bringing the fan base back, but take the big swings. What's the worst case? Go out in a fire,
Well,
burn everything
I
down.
mean, I will
Yeah.
say I can see where some of the big swings are coming in so far with these first 2 episodes. It's just that when you swing big, you also miss big sometimes. So,
Yeah.
a little underwhelming, I would say, but still, I would still say it's very competent, at least.
Yeah, I'd still rather watch this over season 2, but not season 4.
I think this episode, in my opinion, is the weakest out of the volume so far. If I had to put, for me, it would probably be. I really liked episode 3. 3, 4, 1, and 2 would be the order for me.
3.
I don't want to jump the gun too much. If I don't like what's the best way that I can sort of say this opinion without really spoiling much. Do you know like how we had that discussion about the Demogorgon's lethality when it comes to these like small houses in episode 3, without giving too much away? I did like the balance they went for there, that it didn't feel like it was pulling its punches, but they still managed to like explain how it's not killing everyone. So I'll keep the spoilers light there until we get there. But I mean, that was more sort of obviously something like that couldn't have happened in this episode, but it's like that was more believable to me, at least on a first watch through. So,
Sketch, did you have anything additional?
No, I think that really sums up everything. I think we kind of hit on all the points about like just some of the mystery elements regarding Mr. What's-It needed to be left to like an unreliable narrator instead for it to be executed the way I think that they wanted it to.
Okay. Toonie?
Yeah, I think I've actually like already more or less said my bit in terms of like where I'd rate the season so far. I haven't seen episode 4, so I can't exactly rate that in terms of if it's disappointing or if it's pulling its punches or anything like that. So I've watched the first 3 episodes. I've enjoyed them well enough so far. Obviously, we've had the occasional grievance and discussion, but there's stuff to talk about that we've enjoyed as well. So I'm not. Nothing bad enough has happened yet to take me out of the season. Like I still have. There's a little bit of hope that we've got some more good on the way. I suppose there's still a bit of excitement left for volumes 2 and 3. That is how they're doing it, right? There is a 3rd volume.
Volume 2 is 3 episodes, and then volume 3 is the finale.
All right, okay, no. And that's the one they're releasing in cinemas. I'm debating whether or not to actually go to that because I'm not. I don't know if I'll trust the cinema-going audience to be like to use their inside voices.
Well, what's the worst case scenario? Rewatch it on Netflix. I look at it this way: how many times in a lifetime do we get events like this where it's such a big fandom and it's being and a finale is being played in theaters like this?
I mean, this is literally going to be like Endgame style, like.
Well,
you're not going just to watch. You're going to be part of the experience with everyone else.
Yeah, but not the dead loud experience throughout when you try to pay attention. I mean, like at least Endgame. The thing with Endgame is that they had like loads of like fangasm moments, like with like sort of like breaks for the audience, if that makes any sense. Like Avengers Assemble is the obvious one. You don't really need to hear much that's going on at that point, so obviously everyone's gonna have a bit of a fangasm in the theater at that. And then you've got the scene where Cap lifts Mjolnir. You've got that like this like 2 seconds where you see the hammer lifting. That's when you hear like the collective gasp of the audience.
There's totally gonna be moments like that in this finale. And if it really causes that much of a distraction, at least you can always go back and rewatch it on the streamer.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like if you hear some people like gasping in a theater at like a moment like that, that's fine. But I mean, it's like as long as the gasps are like kept inside voice-ish as possible when there's like a conversation going on or there's something important happening that you're trying to pay attention to. It's like
I don't think you're going to have to worry about it, Toonie, because I can understand with a standard movie, but this is a huge fandom, and I think everybody is very excited for the finale. So I feel like everybody wants to enjoy it, right? So obviously you're going to have an asshole in the theaters, and I think you should shame people. But I'm with Sketch, like, what's the worst case scenario? You don't hear a line and then you go back and you watch it on streaming service. I was like, what if I have to get up and pee? Oh, great. I can just go home and just watch the scene I missed to kind of like,
True.
and we're not covering the finale till I think it's like almost 2
January 15th.
Yeah. The 16th. We're not so 3 weeks in after the finale actually airs too, as well. I would recommend you go. It's a once in a lifetime. Yeah, I don't know. You're young, so and you also live in the UK. You didn't experience growing up as a millennial where we had like midnight releases of games at GameStop where you had to stand in line, or books too. I was a book nerd, and it's really cool to be around fandoms and stuff. Maybe you'll make a friend.
I thought the joke you were going for there is that I might have to make up some lie to get past the blockade to get out of my house, but you know, like you know.
No, listen,
I was gonna
Toonie, you owe it to yourself to go see this in a theater before Netflix buys Warner Brothers and kills theaters for good.
Yep.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself, okay?
And I would be interested in everybody's theater going experience, right? Like
that's what I'm saying. That's going to need to be a big part. Is like talking about like how everyone reacts in a theater to certain moments.
I'm not going to lie. If they try to close theaters with like Netflix because like, oh no, they're losing money because Netflix bought everything. I have enough like of the old movies to watch. I will literally just cancel Netflix and just not. I'll just let them lose money. Like,
it's like no, Toonie. It's not about like when it's about like just the literal technology in a theater is so far above anything you're gonna get in like your home experience that you're never gonna get to experience it on that caliber ever again. You owe it to yourself to you owe it to yourself to listen to this on a really good sound system with a nice screen.
Do it, Toonie. Do it. We're all doing it.
We're
all gonna watch Volume 2 and binge it because we're not doing this episode a week thing. We all broke. So actually we will be done with coverage with Volume 1 right as Volume 2 hits. So we're going right into Volume 2, the first episode that week. Rachel, though, I don't want to forget about you. What is your final thoughts on this episode?
I mean, not much different than what everyone else has said. The slowest episode of them all. I am tired of the fighting, but then I was sitting here thinking about it while everyone was chatting, and I'm wondering, I don't know if I'm giving the Duffer Brothers too much credit, but you know, are they making all the fighting happening to make the audience feel just as tired and just as exhausted as they are, and you know, have that kind of correlation? But I don't know if I want to give them that much credit, but otherwise, you know, it's all right. It was the slowest episode.
I think there's a lot of misses in this episode out of all the volume episodes for this. I think they could have really used this episode to set up a little bit more of the mystery of Mr. What's It instead of just giving us the big reveal. Somehow this episode feels like they're rushing. The other episodes play out fine, but this episode just feels like, all right, we got to cram all this kind of reveal into it so that we can get moving on to the other story, which I don't understand because they've had so long in production for this that honestly, they could probably have made this a 10 episode series, season, and nobody would complain about it. So with that being said, I'm still enjoying it. I do like, again, the Robin and Will's dynamic. The jokes with the flux capacitor is great. I think the scene with Karen, while doesn't really make sense with the Demigorgon, I was rooting for her. I was like standing up. I was like, girl, let's go. Which, by the way, 69% of you said Karen would win in a 1-to-1 cage match with a Demigorgon with a wine bottle. So all in all, I think it's the weakest of the volume, but it's still enjoyable. And again, I think this is okay. It's all right. I'm hoping Volume 2 kind of, like Frostfang says, where shit fully like goes down. Like I want there to be stakes, and I feel like there's no stakes right now. Yes, Holly's missing. They're not going to kill off Holly. They're probably going to rescue her. They're going to probably rescue the kids, right? They're not going to kill off the kids that, you know, Mr. What's It wants to bring to the house and stuff. So what are the stakes then? What's going on? So I'll be intrigued to see what Volume 2 drops. With that being said, we will be back next week with episode 3, the Turnbow Trap?
Turnbow Trap?
Darabont, the guy who directed The
Frank.
Mist. Frank Darabont, thank you. Directed that. So interesting with seeing it. And then why am I fumbling over this? Watch party on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, live discussion on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Sketch, what else do you got going on?
Let's see. Speaking of Netflix buying Warner Brothers and causing Armageddon, Brett Cooper episode tomorrow will be covering that and her response to it.
Ooh.
I'm still working on some sound edits to get myself done for the rest of this year and get ready for get a portfolio put together. And other than that, back here on Fridays.
Very cool. Toonie, what else you got going on?
I have I've been streaming Elden Ring on Rumble. I'm trying to give Rumble its fair shake. I've still got more videos and stuff going on YouTube. Although I have kind of slacked on that department. I'm trying to like catch up on videos. But yeah, I've been enjoying playing a second playthrough of Elden Ring. I've never actually done like a full one. But yeah, it's Rumble needs to like clear up this one little like issue. I mean, it's not even a little issue really, but I mean, they need to clear up this like one issue that's stopping me from fully committing, and then I'm just all in. I'm all in on just porting everything over to Rumble. I'll still probably like dual upload on YouTube as well, but at least until it shuts down. But I definitely commit to Rumble once they clear this one little issue away.
Very cool. Rachel?
Yeah. Let's see. Follow me on X at Elder Voliere. I'm doing a daily movie. Tomorrow is Listomania. And then on Sunday is Nashville. Both are at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they are both from 1975. So join me there. And otherwise, I will be here next week for the watch party.
Very cool. Other than the watch party and live discussion, next week I'll have Horror Tuesday. I'll be on Tega Banana, and then I'm on Late Night with the Gooch throughout the week. So just follow me on X. I post where I'm at every night. And there should be 2 Out of the Theater shorts YouTube short reviews coming out this weekend. One on FNAF, which I'm seeing tomorrow, and one on Jujutsu Kaisen, which I'm seeing Sunday. So follow along for that. And then, yeah, we'll be back here. Bring your theories. Watch party always Thursday. Live discussion always Friday. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, stay spooky, y'all.